Am I wrong for telling my best friend that I'm sorry her wedding that already happened isn't as important to me as my wedding that was happening soon? I really need some advice on this one. I, a 25-year-old woman, and my best friend, who's 24, are having a little bit of a rough fallout. For the sake of this story, we'll call her Amanda. Amanda and I have been friends for as long as I can remember. We grew up in the same neighborhood, were attached at the hip, and experienced all the important events together. We graduated together, went through relationships together, partied together, and even had some pregnancy scares. We've been through it all. At the beginning of this year, Amanda met and got married to a lovely man she met from a friend of a friend's. We live in LA, so it was a really short time slot for the average couple, but our friend group was just so happy for her. At first, a good few of our friends were a little worried that she had met and gotten engaged so fast, but ultimately we were happy for her and wanted the best for her. She seemed truly happy, and when our friend group met him, there were no red flags. He seemed genuine and kind and was only 3 years older than her. Of course, I was her maid of honor. I was so excited, but I didn't have a whole lot of time to plan. The soonest we could get booked was a wedding in a park in the middle of May. She got a dress online, and the whole bridal party had to pitch in to help make food and pay for drinks for the reception. Nonetheless, it was a beautiful wedding. I graduated from art school 2 years ago, so I had done those professional live wedding paintings as a side gig until I went back to school and worked full-time, so I no longer had time for them. So my friend asked me if I could do a live painting for her wedding. Of course I agreed, but I warned her that it definitely wouldn't be done for a couple of days because I have a busy schedule. I'm going back to school and working full-time, and I wanted this to be perfect for my best friend. She told me that she totally understood, that I should not worry about it at all, and that I should take all the time I needed for it. I warned her again that we were probably looking at a couple months considering my schedule, and that it would be an oil painting on a 24x16 canvas. I asked if she would like something smaller, so I could get it done sooner, but she was persistent about the size and reassured me that even if it would be finished next year, she would still be okay with it. So her wedding day came. So, a month later, I had been working on the painting as consistently as I could, and I would say I got about a quarter of the way done with it when my boyfriend of 7 years proposed to me. I was over the moon, and I couldn't wait to share the news with my best friend. She was so excited for me, and I immediately asked her if she could be my maid of honor, which she immediately accepted. Like my best friend, I had to have my wedding sooner rather than later because my husband was getting deployed at the end of the year. We are hoping for an early fall wedding in September because he was getting deployed in November. We definitely didn't want to wait until he got back to get married. This means that I had to spend the vast majority of my free time planning the wedding with my fiancé and both of our families. It was a lot on top of everything else I had planned. I talked to my friend and apologized that I probably wouldn't be able to finish the painting as soon as I was hoping, and that I'd have to finish it after we got married. At first, she was totally understanding. She told me that she knew what it was like to plan a wedding in such a short time, and that she was there to help whenever I needed it. I was so relieved. She even offered to let me use some of the decorations she still had for her wedding. But then I got a call from her older sister last week calling me a B*TH for not keeping my promise to finish my wedding gift, and making her sister feel like her wedding wasn't necessary to me by going back on my word to finish the painting as soon as possible because of my sudden wedding. I asked what it had to do with me not thinking that her wedding wasn't important, but she kept on saying it was because I not only got engaged close to her wedding day, but also copied her sister by having a fast wedding without even considering our situation. I tried explaining what I thought happened, but she wouldn't give me the time of day. After she yelled at me, I hung up on her and quickly called my friend to get to the bottom of things, only to find that I had been blocked on everything. Never once did my friend say that she was upset about any of this, and if she had, I would have loved to talk about it because her friendship matters a lot to me. So I told one of my mutual friends what happened, and she told me that Amanda was talking a lot of *T about me behind my back, saying that I was copying her and wanted to be her, and that I was selfish for putting what I promised aside for my selfishness, and that she wished a greedy person like me wasn't even a part of her wedding party. She was even lying about me changing my mind about doing the painting for free and wanting her to pay the money that it would have been worth if I was painting for a client and not a friend. This never happened. She also said that Amanda's new husband was really feeding the flame and put the idea in her head that I was copying her because I wanted to be her. I can totally see why they thought that way, but I wish Amanda had told me about it. We have never had any problems communicating things like this in the past. I told her my side of the story, and luckily, our mutual friend believed me and told me that Amanda was definitely over-exaggerating. She said that she got married fast because she wanted to, and I was getting married fast because I needed to. I asked her if I could send Amanda a text over her phone, which she let me do. I texted her and asked if we could talk because I didn't know that she was upset, and I wanted to make things better. I even offered to change my wedding date to when my fiancé came back from deployment because I wanted my best friend to be there. Yes, I had talked about this with my fiancé, and he agreed to that being an option if things came down to it. She replied immediately by saying that I was a manipulative bitch by getting our friends involved and that it was too late and that there was no coming back from this. This may be where I'm the a-hole. I replied, I am sorry you feel this way, but I communicated to you what was going on and you said you were completely okay with it, then turned around and talked *T behind my back, so no. I'm not sorry for prioritizing my wedding over yours. I am probably the a-hole, but what can I do to make things right? I miss my best friend.